The Railroad Hour. And here comes our star-studded show train. Tonight, the Association of American Railroads presents the world-famous operetta, Robin Hood, starring Gordon MacRae and his guest, Dorothy Kirsten. Our choir is under the direction of Norman Luboff, and the music is prepared and conducted by Carmen Dragon. Yes, tonight another great musical success is brought to you by the American Railroads. The same railroads that bring you most of the food you eat, the clothes you wear, the fuel you burn, and all the other things you use in your daily life. And now, here is our star, Gordon MacRae. Thank you, Marvin Miller, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're happy to welcome back as a guest on the Railroad Hour the charming Metropolitan Opera soprano, Dorothy Kirsten, who appears tonight as Maid Marian in Reginald de Koven's most famous operetta, Robin Hood. My real name was Robert, Earl of Huntington. But when I joined the band of outlaws in Sherwood Forest, I took the name of Robin Hood. The sheriff of Nottingham, who was the guardian of my estate and a lifelong enemy, seized my title and lands in the day I came of age, declaring that I was an imposter, and that the real Earl of Huntington was a follower of his named Guy of Gisborne. There was only one man in England powerful enough to help me, the king, and he was gone to the crusade. And so I decided to join the outlaws until he returned, in an attempt to right some of the wrongs imposed upon the poor by the powerful sheriff of Nottingham. It was a gay life we led in Sherwood Forest, full of camaraderies and fellowship. What on earth are you laughing at, Friar Tuck?
The expression on that fellow's face when we held up the stagecoach and took his purse this afternoon.
Well, that was one of the richest men in all England, and one of the stingiest. You need spare no pity for him.
when I think of his face, that is a good way to live, Robin. Take from the rich and give to the poor.
We made a good haul today, Robin. We must celebrate. You're right, Alan. A tankard of ale all around, landlord. The best in the house. And it's will ye quaff with me, my lass, and it's will ye quaff with me. It is a draught of nut brown ale I offer unto ye. Oh, humming in the tankard, lads, it cheers the heart forlorn. Oh, here's a friend to everyone, his stout John Barleycorn. Oh, laugh, lads, and laugh, lads, will make you sound and hail. Through all my days I'll sing the praise of brown October ale. Yes, laugh, lads, and laugh, lads, will make you sound and hail. Through all my days I'll sing the praise of brown October ale. Of brown October ale. Oh, laugh, lads, and laugh, lads, will make you sound and hail. Through all my days I'll sing the praise of brown October ale. Yes, lads, lads, and laugh, lads, will make you sound and hail. Through all my days I'll sing the praise of brown October ale. Of brown October ale. We had been sitting for some time laughing and joking among ourselves when suddenly there was a scuffle on one side of the tavern. And young Alan Adale pushed a lad I'd never seen before in front of us.
Take your hands off me, you big lout.
There's Robin Hood.
Now, if you have any more questions, ask them to his face, not behind his back.
Well, what's this all about?
This pint-sized stripling who calls himself a cavalier has been asking too many questions, Robin.
I am a cavalier.
A cavalier, eh? And what do you do as a cavalier?
I do as all cavaliers do. I joust, I fight, I make love to pretty girls.
A cavalier makes love to pretty girls, does he?
What's wrong with that? I come with a cavalier and I think so take the cavalier. If I'm a cavalier, I never love the cavalier. If I'm a cavalier with the gallant for the day. Oh, what the first one kiss on a girl, oh, cavalier, I declare you must be all of love. Cavalier must be humanity.
Every day I'm free.
And if you had been born, you would do it without me. Cavalier, 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 I declare love the fair. Cavalier, there must be in the land of the way I'm free. And if we have been born, we have done the same as you. So that's the way one should love here and
Tell me, my young cavalier, what are you doing in Sherwood Forest?
Does your mother know you're out?
You're very rude fellows, and my affairs are no concern of yours.
I was only trying to be helpful.
I don't need any help, thank you. I came to Sherwood Forest in search of Robert, the Earl of Huntington.
Did you now? And why did you come here in search of the Earl?
Because I was told that here was where I would find him. And here I have found him.
You're a bold lad. Can you point out the Earl to me?
I can if you'll give me a mirror.
Mirror?
Oh, you see your statue.
Bold and clever. Well, what is your business with me?
I suppose you know that you're commanded to be married.
Commanded to be married.
I have the king's command with me. He signed it before he left on a crusade. Here, see for yourself.
How do you happen to come by this parchment?
My mistress gave it to me.
Oh? Who is your mistress?
The Lady Marietta. It is she that the king has selected for you.
Well, now understand this. Sir Robert, Earl of Huntington, is not the man to marry the first girl who is offered to him. I am rather particular.
Are you indeed? Well, you may as well understand that my mistress is not a girl who needs to marry the first man who was offered to her. She is excused, I see you. We have a genuine at her feet.
Did you bring a likeness of her with you?
No. But if you want to know what she looks like, you might take a glance at me. She's my cousin, and we are said to stay with each other.
Well, then I'm afraid you must tell your cousin that I'm not ready to marry and that I must, therefore, respectfully refuse her.
You refuse her? You refuse her? Oh, no, you don't, my fine fellow. She refuses you. I fail to see anything particularly amusing about what I have just said.
You're a daughter.
What? Now, see here, that's no way to...
You're in Catholic.
But I...
Tell me more, Lady Marion.
I told you I was the Lady Marion Page. I came as a cavalier, and
No use. It's no use.
No?
No.
Oh. Well, if I'm caught, I'm caught.
Now tell me, why did you come to Sherwood Forest, Lady Marion?
Well, to see what manner of man I'm commanded to marry. I took the place of the page who was to deliver the king's orders to the sheriff of Nottingham. The sheriff is custodian of my fortune.
Well, then you'd better watch your fortune well, Lady Marion, because the sheriff has seized mine and declared Guy of Gisborne to be the rightful Earl of Huntington.
Then, if the king's orders were to become known to the sheriff of Nottingham, he would marry me to Guy of Gisborne.
You'll marry no one but me.
Indeed, sir. Why, only a few moments ago you passed me up and refused me.
You think I meant that seriously? Why, who do you suppose it was that begged the king for the hand of the Lady Marion?
You?
I saw you at the court once a long time ago. And when I saw you, I said, there is my lady. I loved you then, and I've loved you since. I knew that someday we would meet, and I would try to win you for my own.
Oh, it was within this hour we met.
and face the light. Will that dream come true? Let me dream on you. Now does not love me then, my dream is not true. Lady Marion, will you return to your castle and wait until I can redeem my name and my fortune and come for you?
Oh, yes, Robin. Forever if need be.
And now here is the second act of Robin Hood, starring Gordon MacRae and his charming guest, Dorothy Kirsten. In the leafy days of the woodland glades of Sherwood's greenwood tree, where the red deer springs and the twaddle sings, is the dearest spot to me, is the dearest spot to me. For never a care in the world comes there, and never you'll hear a sigh, as you love and laugh, as you quip and quaff, so gaily the days go by. Then hey for the merry greenwood, say I, and kiss me above you. Let mine be the life that is free from strife, where friends are staunch and true. And hey for the merry greenwood, say I, and kiss me above you. Let mine be the life that is free from strife, where friends are staunch and true. Yes, Maid Marian returned to her castle, and I remained with the outlaws in Sherwood Forest. One day, as we were riding through the woods, Alan Dale hurried up in great excitement and told us a band of tinkers had entered the forest. Since Sherwood Forest seemed a strange place for tinkers, we made our way stealthily to a spot where we could watch them at work. Think, 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 hear our hammer ring. When our trade is brisk, we frolic and we frisk, as happy and gay as a king. This merry, 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 merry journey that I weave, all in the tinkling light. First, tap, 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 the woman here and by, when the weather is fine. Words and hips don't beat some girly song to make a surly answer. Sweet, great, great crown is up and stuff, by tapping, tapping, tapping on a pants skirt. So we rap, 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 and we tap, 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 from the dawn to the dark of night. We are men of metal and the or gentlemen with that we can ride. Tink, tank, twink, tank, think a tank, hear our hammer ring. When our trade is brisk, we frolic and we frisk, as happy as gay as a king. What do you make of them, Robin? They're not tinkers, Alan. Those men are all followers of the Sheriff of Nottingham. And there's the sheriff himself sitting in the middle of the group. What do you suppose they're up to?
Listen. Now, men, remember the prize. £100 to any one of you who can deliver the outlaw Robin Hood to me for hanging. He's somewhere in this forest. In disguise, this poor journeyman thinks we should have little trouble in making our way to him. We'll catch this vagabond Robin and hang him to the highest gallows in merry England.
Shall we be on our way, my friend?
At once, and with all possible speed. And so the sheriff of Nottingham and his fellow tinkers hunted in vain through Sherwood Forest, and at last gave up in disgust and went home. I thought I'd gotten the best of the sheriff, but a few weeks later, Alan Adale came once again with news.
The tape stopped me at the edge of the forest. She told me that the sheriff of Nottingham was forcing Lady Marion to marry Guy of Gisborne, and that she wanted you to come to her at once.
I'll go immediately.
Careful, Robin. This may be some kind of trap.
I'll have to chance it. I left the forest and rode as fast as possible toward Lady Marion's estate. I found her alone in the garden. And I stood there spellbound, listening to the sound of her voice.
had no word from you.
What has happened?
The king has returned from the crusade. I sent a messenger last week with word of the sheriff's treachery.
Well, then at last, perhaps we shall be free. I came as soon as I got your message.
Message? I sent you no message.
You sent no message?
That's right. I sent the message. So we meet at last, Robin Hood.
I am Robert, Earl of Huntingdon, as you know full well.
No. You're Robin Hood, the outlaw. And tomorrow at dawn, I'm going to hang you from the tallest gallows in England. I've been looking forward to it for months. At dawn, you die.
The sheriff and his followers carried me off to prison. And there they bolted the doors and left me. And in the morning when they came to get me... when they came to get me...
Who are you? Where is Robin Hood?
I'm Friar Tuck. And if you'll excuse me, now that you've so kindly unlocked the door, I'll be on my way.
Now, just a minute.
Let me pass, Sheriff of Nottingham. I'm a friar of the church, a holy man. You've no power to stop me.
But where is Robin Hood?
Far from here by now, where you'll never find him.
There's the castle just ahead. We're safe, my darling. In a few moments, we'll be with the king.
You know, I would like to have seen the sheriff of Nottingham's face when he opened the door to that cell and saw Friar Tuck.
How did you ever manage it?
Well, it was Friar Tuck's idea. The outlaws were watching when the sheriff took me. And after he left, they overpowered the guards. Friar Tuck took my place, and off we went. It really wasn't necessary for the friar to stay, but he wanted to see the sheriff's face himself.
There's the castle.
Yes. And now our life together begins. Robin Hood the outlaw is no more. And Robert, Earl of Huntington, shall take you back to bride.
Oh, promise me that someday you and I will take our love together to some side where we can be alone and faithfully new and find the hollows where those flowers grew. Those first sweet violets of early spring that come in whispers thrill us both and sing of love unspeakable that is to be. Oh, promise me, oh, promise me.
Oh, promise me that you'll take my hand through the sunlit lonely land, and let me see behind you your eyes, of your
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Dorothy Kirsten will be back in just a moment. Our thanks to the supporting cast. Lou Merrill, who played Friar Tuck, Roland Morris as Alan Adale, and Marvin Miller as the sheriff. Robin Hood, with book and lyrics by Harry B. Smith and music by Reginald de Koven, was dramatized for the Railroad Hour by Gene Holloway. And now here is lovely Dorothy Kirsten. Well, Dorothy, it was wonderful, as always, singing with you. And I'm looking forward to doing the Princess Tap with you and Lucille Norman next week.
I'm looking forward to it, too, Gordon. And the week following starts the summer show, don't you?
Yes, Dorothy. And we're really planning something special. Trips on the summer show train to years past, where we'll live again some of the laughter, the tears, the memories, and the music from the turn of the century to the present day.
It sounds wonderful, Gordon, and I'll certainly be listening. See you next week.
Good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Gordon.
Robin Hood was presented by special arrangement with the Thames Whitmark Music Library. Gordon MacRae is currently starring in the Warner Brothers Technicolor musical hit, The Daughter of Rosie O'Grady. Dorothy Kirsten appeared through the courtesy of Lucky Strike Light Up Time. Our choir is under the direction of Norman Luboff, and our music prepared and conducted by Carmen Dragon. This is Marvin Miller saying goodbye until next week for the American Railroad. And now keep tuned for your Monday night of music on NBC.